We visited a mother who lives in Bumbogo sector of Gasabo district, who gave birth to a child with a disability she says is a mystery to doctors.
Before operating on my baby, they explained to me that there is a problem with the baby. It's neither a female nor a male, and there is no anus as well. We will divert the colon to an artificial opening in the abdominal wall so that the stool can be passed. I told them that I do not have a problem. All I need is that you save my baby's life. They also told me that the baby will leave passing stool through the abdominal wall in the colostomy bag, but once grown up, we will do further operations to create the anus, and the colostomy shall stop then. When the baby turned 5, I was called to come for a checkup. Unfortunately, I'm not financially able to do the follow-up, and I did not show up.
This mother says that her child's disability became even more difficult as she was left to raise the child alone after the husband left them.
This was our 3rd child together. We didn't have any challenges before. He just decided and packed all his belongings and left us. I called him asking him where he was, and he said he had gotten a job that required him to leave, and after switched off his phone.
Habishuti Ildefonso, on the other hand, is an 18-year-old young man with congenital arthritis who was later treated and given a replacement. He's currently in primary 6. It is my desire that I go ahead and study medicine. His parents say they suffered from depression after giving birth to 2 children with disabilities, but are now optimistic about their children's future. Some non-government organizations have been helping children with medical and educational disabilities through empowering their families financially. One of the parents of the children, who has benefited from the program, said it was a relief.
I was always carrying my child on the back, and when I would get tired, I would lay the baby down. Before we joined the Love with Action family, my baby wasn't sitting or walking or even talking. Now they are able to sit, put on their shoes, grab things as well as sit on their own.
When a child is granted access to proper treatment, there is a huge benefit to them, including those children with mental disabilities, some of whom you have seen in the hospital. Most of them are able to move properly. With getting tired, with help, they're able to move around properly, and it is best when we treat them at an early age before they're 2 years.
At Ririma Pediatric Orthopedic Hospital, 80 children are being treated, and the hospital has the capacity to accommodate adults. However, low-income earning people cannot be treated at the hospital because it is not covered by the community health-based insurance, locally known as Mutuelle De Sante.
We are in the process of negotiating to make sure that our hospital is open to the community and treat them on the insurance scheme they have, so that there will be no disruption of services due to the costs, especially children with disabilities, to get treatment without being a burden, so that every child will have an opportunity to grow up without a shame of having a disability.
Nonetheless, the issue of insufficient orthopedic equipment and those available being accessed from the only 2 places is an obstacle that is being discussed according to the National Council for Persons with Disabilities.
Orthopedic prosthetics and crutches are available at the university teaching hospitals of Kigali and Butare, as well as Gatagara Center. However, Mutuelle does not cover both of them, and you understand it's not very easy for us to come to CHIKA, CHIB, and you find sometimes that they do not have materials to make prosthetics, as we're told in some occasions. On this matter, we continue to discuss with the Ministry of Health, and knowing that usual government willingness to help people living with disabilities, we are optimistic that this problem will also get solved.
Gilbert Kubwimana, the founder of Love with Action, said the government's program is aimed at improving the lives of people with disabilities.
Hashize imyaka 26 Rwanda rwibohoye nibwo ibi bintu byatangiye ngira ngo mwara bibonye yuko no mu nyubako leta irimo iragenda ikangurira
26 years after Rwanda's liberation, the government began to urge investors and builders to pave the way for people with disabilities. All the buildings before the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi were not accessible to people with disabilities. Now we have buses that cater for all people with disabilities, which is a sign that although there has been a development, there is still a long way to go because the problem of people with disabilities has been ignored for so many years. We hope that in collaboration with various agencies, in collaboration with church members, in collaboration with the state, in collaboration with government organizations, now people with disabilities are being represented from the cell to the legislature, which means that the union government of Rwanda has a better plan for the people with disabilities.
Bikwereka ngo leta yacu, leta y'ubumwe bw'abanyarwanda ifite intumbero, ifite gahunda nziza ku bafite ubumuga.
Statistics from the World Health Organization shows that 15% of the world's population has disability.